Hi there! Welcome to this Project IRIS. IRIS stands for Inclusive Research and Innovative Solutions. In this video and introduction to web and language accessibility, we review the guidelines and principles that provide the foundation for Project IRIS's best practices in online research framework. When we talk about accessibility, we mean enabling everyone, including people with disabilities, to access and interact with digital content. By designing accessible research, you're ensuring that everyone has an equal opportunity to share their voice. Let's talk about the digital divide, because it's more than just a technology issue. It's about who has access, who doesn't, and why it matters. We can look at the economic and technological gap, the difference between those who can afford reliable internet, computers, or smartphones, and those who can't. Another aspect is access and skills inequity. Even when technology is available, not everyone has the digital literacy or training to use it effectively, which can hold people back in education, work, and daily life. And then there's the bigger picture of global and local inequities. This divide affects everything from individuals struggling without Wi-Fi to entire populations left out of the digital economy. By understanding these perspectives, we can start creating solutions that connect everyone in the digital era. The Web Content Accessibility Guidelines were developed by the World Wide Web Consortium through its Web Accessibility Initiative. These guidelines help make digital content accessible to people with disabilities, as well as to improve overall usability for all users. WCAG currently has 3 levels of success criteria: A, 2A, and 3A. Level A refers to the lowest level of conformance minimum, and Level 3A is the highest. Most organizations set their standards in the middle at Level 2A because it is both achievable and meaningful. Let's talk about the POUR principles, 4 simple but powerful guidelines that make digital content accessible to everyone. First up, perceivable. This means ensuring web content is designed for all senses. For example, providing alt text for images, captions for videos, and strong color contrast helps users who are blind, visually impaired, or in situations like bright sunlight on a mobile screen. If web content can't be seen or heard, it can't be understood. Next, operable. Think about how people navigate internet. Whether it's on a keyboard, touchscreen, or voice commands, accessible design supports those with motor impairments, like someone using a joystick or adaptive device, but also anyone trying to access content hands-free, like driving with voice navigation. Then, understandable. This is about keeping things clear and predictable. Use simple language, clear instructions, and consistent layouts. This benefits people with cognitive disabilities. Clear design reduces frustration for everyone. Finally, robust. Offering accessible research ensures surveys and questionnaires work across all devices and assistive technologies, from screen readers to mobile phones to smartwatches. Compatibility ensures web content adapts as technology evolves. By following POUR, researchers are not just designing for accessibility, but also usability, making online research more inclusive for all. Accessibility isn't just about permanent disabilities. It's about creating a web that works for everyone, no matter their circumstances. Let's break it down. Permanent disabilities, such as blindness or limited mobility, are lifelong conditions that make accessible design a necessity. But situational impairments, like trying to navigate a website in bright sunlight or with a temporary injury, which can affect anyone. Imagine using your phone with a broken arm or reading on a screen with glare. It's challenging, right? The POUR principles, perceivable, operable, understandable, and robust, address both situations. They ensure that whether someone is blind, colorblind, temporarily injured, or simply in a less than ideal environment, they can still navigate, understand, and interact with digital. By designing inclusively, you're not just accommodating disabilities, you're making the digital experience better for everyone. Did you know that more than 1 in 4 adults in the United States, or about 28.7% of the population, live with some form of disability? This powerful visual shows just how many individuals are impacted across the country. The blue figures represent people with a disability, highlighting the widespread need for inclusive and accessible design in everything we do. Disabilities aren't just a small segment of the population, they affect millions, making accessibility a necessity for creating equitable opportunities for all. By recognizing this reality, we can take meaningful steps to ensure that everyone, regardless of ability, can fully participate in web-based research about topics of importance and relevance to them. Project IRIS recognizes the multitude of ways disability manifests within general populations. According to recent CDC data, cognitive impairments affect 13.9% of the population, indicating serious difficulty concentrating, remembering, or making decisions. Visual impairments, including blindness or serious difficulty seeing, impact 5.5%. When designing accessible surveys, adapting to these needs is critical. For individuals with cognitive impairments, removing auto-advance features and auto-transitions can reduce barriers. For those with visual impairments, adjusting font size, color contrast, and providing screen reader compatibility ensures broader accessibility. These small adjustments make surveys and research tools more inclusive for all participants and provide researchers more generalizable data. The World Health Organization reminds us that almost everyone will experience a temporary or permanent disability at some point in their life. This emphasizes the importance of designing systems, environments, and tools that are accessible and inclusive for all, ensuring usability and participation regardless of ability. Web accessibility ensures that individuals with a wide range of disabilities, including visual, auditory, physical, cognitive, and neurological challenges, can effectively interact with digital content. This also benefits older adults with changing abilities due to aging. A key component of web accessibility is language accessibility, which focuses on providing clear text alternatives, language declarations, and intuitive navigation to ensure content is accessible and understandable for all users, including those relying on assistive technologies. Project IRIS highlights 4 essential areas for creating accessible, web-based surveys: design, content, pre-testing, and disclosure. The framework emphasizes accessible design as the foundation of inclusive research, incorporating features like scalable fonts, high contrast, and clear labeling, while avoiding barriers like auto-advanced questions and CAPTCHAs. Clear and concise content ensures comprehension for all participants, and pre-testing helps identify and address accessibility issues through rigorous review. Finally, disclosure of these efforts builds trust by sharing how accessibility was integrated into the research process. At its core, Project IRIS believes accessible design is the DNA of inclusive, equitable scholarship. A copy of these best practices and instructional videos can be accessed from the Project IRIS website. By adopting Project IRIS best practices, researchers can make meaningful contributions across multiple stages of the research process. These practices enhance accessibility during observation and problem identification by designing inclusive research tools. They support thoughtful experimental design through accessible formats and content, enabling diverse participation. During data collection and analysis, the framework ensures usability for all participants, leading to higher quality data more representative of populations of study. Finally, by disclosing accessibility efforts, researchers uphold transparency and inclusivity when drawing conclusions and communicating their results. Accessible research isn't just a step, it's an integral part of the knowledge and discovery process. We invite you to access our instructional resources, designed to make accessible survey creation simple and effective. Our video-based training program includes a step-by-step guide, a 3-minute setup, and additional tools that empower students and scholars to disclose their efforts in advancing inclusive research. Begin today creating inclusive and accessible research opportunities. Learn more at projectiris.org, promoting accessibility in research, one survey at a time.